Hello, welcome to this real-time for ePO video. This short video is going to focus on questions that you can ask in real time. You can actually customize some of the questions. You've already seen that there is the real-time question interface, and there's a number of questions you can ask that are pre-built. This is called content, real-time content. We'll be updating this over time. McAfee will generate new questions and new actions, and those will come about as part of the update process into ePO. And what I want to focus on today is the fact that you can ask new questions. You can see the little new question button down here. So what that gives you is a list of things to ask, and we refer to these in real time as sensors. Basically, a sensor is a Visual Basic script that would run on the endpoint. And aside from the canned questions that we already saw, there are a list of things that you can pick from and build your own question. Starting at the bottom of the list, you can make a question that would ask, is this system virtual? So if you have a mix of physical and virtual systems, this would identify which ones are virtual for you. You can see that there's a number of ones that actually focus on CPU. You can see how much CPU time is being devoted to Site Advisor, Enterprise, Virus Scan, HIPS. So you can actually pick each of these, build out a query that would include each of these different questions. And then I could either ask the question right now. You can see there's the submit question button here, or you can actually save it. On the far right hand side there's the save question, so I can give it a name, usage. I could put a description here if I wished, and then I can save it. It shows up in the general real-time question screen. You can see there's our question here, get all McAfee CPU usage. If I actually just run that quickly, you'll see what we get back. So it's going to run the question. Again, all 5 of those CPU questions are going to get sent out to all 290 plus systems that I have running right at this moment, and the results will come back to me. We're at 85%, and 99%, and 100%. So let's take a look at what we see. We can see the results are broken down in these columns: Site Advisor, Virus Scan, HIPS, and then it shows you the different percentages of usage, and generally speaking they're pretty low. Generally speaking, if you ran this once in a while, it would give you a feeling if there's anything odd about the network in terms of CPU usage. If you saw Virus Scan at a very high percentage for a larger number of machines for a long period of time, you know that there could be a problem with one of your endpoints. But the one I want to demo next is the exclusions. This is an interesting issue because you might have multiple ePO operators setting different exclusions for different purposes, for different events that might be causing, and then perhaps those policies don't get set back to what I might call compliant with the normal security standard that you'd have in your organization. And then it's forgotten about, and before you realize that you have exclusions in your environment that you really don't want. So this gives you the chance to sort of clean up and take a look at that. So I'm actually going to save this one real quickly. Virus Scan exclusions on all systems. And I go to my questions page, and sure enough there's my new question. So let's run it and see what it says. Now I've actually tweaked one of my endpoints for this demonstration, and I've set it up with an exclusion that nobody really wants to see in the real world, as you can see in the top there. I have an exclusion that says do not scan my C drive, basically. That's really something you don't want to see. Now maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the idea that should that have happened for a particular reason by one of the operators, and again it wasn't passed on to other operators, it was forgotten about, this gives you a really great snapshot on exactly what sort of exclusions Virus Scan has for all the different endpoints. You can see it's just one machine, and if you want you can drill down. It's another one of the features here. I'm going to click on that, and at the bottom you can see show related systems. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to actually show me the related systems. If there was more than one, you would actually see the list of IP addresses. So it's just going out right now and finding those systems. And there it comes up with the results. And there's the answer. You can see it's one of my CE desktops. And it's system 181. And that would be easy to remedy. Just change the policy. Look at the policy setting for that particular system, for example. And either delete the policy that has a dangerous exclusion and set it back to the normal standard. As I say, I use quote-unquote normal because I'm sure that your organization would have procedures and policies that you would consider the normal and compliant. If anything's out of that standard, then they're non-compliant systems. So there we go. We just found a non-compliant system in this organization. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get a chance to play with real-time for ePO and set up your own questions and see how useful it really is.